When you think of the greatest heist of the modern age, what comes to mind? The National Museum robbery of 2000? The stealing of the Scream? For these heists, sure, millions were stolen, but neither can compare to the pure genius that went into our Operation Soda Steal. Our story starts Thursday, April 28th, 2022, when our protagonist Reno Shire informs me about a plan he's concocted, inspired by an online video of the eponymous name uploaded to the Shill YouTube channel. We would boldly go where no pale Midwesterners have gone before. The plan itself was very simple. Buy a Taco Bell cup and a siphon tube, combine them with a bucket covertly concealed in a suitcase at your side, and you're left with an honestly solid plan to stack buckets of our prized commodity. Our goal was to fill two 5-gallon buckets of the ever-sacred Baja Blast. Its exclusivity was the allure, and the sweet fizzy flavor is why people kept coming back. At this point, the boys had everything packed up. Reno had completed his method acting as an obnoxious European tourist, and we left with heads held high to fulfill our destinies.
Casey and Nick entered the building first and set up our alibi of friends gathering for an evening lunch. Next, Reno exits my car, giving off the notion that he had Ubered there. After this, I went to spin the block and return later. Between my leave and swift return, our three favorite seniors that start with our fourth favorite letter, Dylan, Dove, and Drake, would arrive on the scene. However, they would not enter until my return.
Once I did return, it was obvious that the machine was up and running. As you can see, Reno was pressed up against the machine, siphoning it for all it was worth. Once the bucket was full, he would head outside to stash our spoils in my car. It's also around this time that this guy started dancing in the drive-thru.
Up until this point, there have been no hiccups in our operation, but now we will introduce our antagonist for this story. A Taco Bell manager heads out to his car for his lunch break. His involvement would soon become paramount in our story after a second stashing. Nothing would escape the watchful eye of this all-seeing, all-powerful Taco Bell manager.
When the second stashing came about, it was a time of great joy. This joy would not last long, as I would soon get a call from Nick warning me that the manager had been watching us from inside his Cadillac 3 spots down. The whole group would then leave. Well, the whole group except for me, that is. I was waiting on an order that Dylan had asked for, and would soon realize that the whole operation was at stake. The manager would pull behind my car, blocking me in. He would then swiftly return to his spot, and while this would let me leave, it was also obvious that he had copied down my license plate number. I would soon leave the Taco Bell, ashamed and alone. This is when another issue would come about. We had forgotten to grab lids. This would end up being a torturous experience, as on my journey back to the safe location, 1 gallon of Baja Blast would drench the back seat of my car. While the operation sure did end on a sour note, the performance in general was an astounding success. We made away with 9 gallons of Baja and a great story that will be told for generations to come.